Hello everyone, I'm CrypticFox. Welcome back for another live stream. We're going to get double dose of Oxygen Unincluded this week. We did play Oxygen Unincluded on Tuesday. However, the new update came out today, adding a whole bunch of new twists and turns into the game and a whole lot more challenge. So this is the Outbreak upgrade that they've added into the game. And from what I understand, it adds a fairly significant level of additional difficulty to the game, which is really kind of cool, because we've gotten used to playing the game, for the most part, with sort of the elements that were already in it. We're going to start a brand new colony today. I know we started one recently on the prior version of the game. However, in order to take advantage of the new features that are in the game, the new slime lung germs, the new ruins they've added into the game, I kind of want to make sure that we started with a new one so we're getting all the best advantages out of it. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't realize you could do like a custom game. So we can do regular disposition, optimistic, pessimistic. So you can make it kind of tweak your difficulty a little bit. Immune system strong, weak, or regular. So that's kind of cool. I think later on we can play around with this to kind of do a little bit more of a challenging game, maybe by adding some extra little twists into it. Let's jump in and get a game started right away, though. Hello to everyone that's here already in the chat. I know that a bunch of you often show up ahead of the streams and everything and have a chance to kind of chat together, and that's fantastic. We are streaming again both to YouTube and to Twitch. There might be a slight difference in the actual speed of the feed that you're getting in the two different places. However, I do have YouTube set on low latency as well, so hopefully that will go well. So, as always, when we're starting off a colony, we have to pick 3 duplicants. So, I'm going to just try and grab 3 names out of the chat here. Who wants to be in the colony for starters, I guess. So, you know what? Actually, probably pay attention to who I'm grabbing here. So, there are some new traits and stuff I think they've added also. Small bladder, narcoleptic, flatulent, loud sleeper, anemic. I got to do the normal thing I normally do and try to find a pacifist. That's interesting. Hold on, let's try and find that pacifist again. I want to take a look at that. Squeamish, yokel, slow learner, loud sleeper, anemic, flatulent. Come on. I passed the pacifist once, and now you think I can get them again? Irritable bowel, slow learner, gastrophobia, bottomless stomach. Make sure one has high learning so you can research everything quickly. That's probably a pretty good idea. So, small bladder. Oh, I did it again. Arg! I wish I could actually just pick, because, I mean, the reality is I'm going to flip through here until I get what I want anyway. There's a pacifist. All right, so we have an amphibious pacifist, and it looks like cannot perform job combat. So it looks like instead of naming them Scaredy Cat, where they would run away, they've now changed it over to pacifist, which is interesting. So we have an athletic there. It's going to take just a few minutes to get in here probably, because I want to try and select somebody that I can work with here. I don't want to make this too challenging with extra features and stuff right off the bat, because from what I understand, managing the germs in the game is actually a real challenge. I was kind of thinking it might be the sort of thing where I've got enough practice of the game I could just kind of roll with it. But as I understand it, from the people who have played it so far, I haven't had any chance yet today to dive into this, so it's going to be kind of interesting. You do not want to be a pacifist. Why not? I mean, it just says they won't do the job combat, but I don't want to fight anything that's in there anyway, for the most part. Gastrophobia, small bladder. You know what, let's take a small bladder. This one is actually pretty good. They've got a good mix of different things in here. A bodybuilder. I want to take somebody who's smart here. Let's try and get... There's a physician. I feel like... Oh, -3 learning. A physician who's a slow learner. I feel like that's a doctor you don't want to visit. I mean, this is what I'm thinking anyway. Let's see. Bodybuilder, scientist. Okay, so there's one. Oh, a narcoleptic. All right, I'll deal with the narcolepsy. That's fine. Vomiter, destructive, binge eater. We have a decent mix of stuff anyway. All right, so I'm going to name this hypochondriac. I'm going to name this colony hypochondriac. I don't know if I spelled that right. My spelling's not necessarily all that awesome. Sorry, I was paying attention to the duplicants, and I didn't see who might have shouted out that were interested in being in the colony. So I'm going to try and scroll back here a little bit and see if I can grab somebody that might have shouted out. Let's go with Vamp Say or Sai. 6. All right. For Nisbet, we'll go with, let's see, Renface. And lastly, for our fancy scientist, I'm going to grab, let's go with Jack Cantus. You can be our fancy scientist over here, Jack. All right, so as I do with most games when I'm streaming, I'm gonna as we grab duplicants, I'm just gonna grab people from the chat who are interested in joining in the game. If you're not familiar with the update that just came out today, there is a lot that they've added to the game and a lot of little tweaks they've made. First and foremost is this whole concept of germs that are in the game. So now we have a whole new element that we have to try to manage because the germs can make you sick, and if you don't manage them properly, you can get the slime lung illness or you can get food poisoning, both of which are really not a positive thing, and you don't really want to have to deal with those if you can manage it. So this is my first time playing around with the new features that are in the game, so this might actually be a bit more of a challenging stream than what I'm normally used to. Normally I kind of have that opportunity to kind of just fly on autopilot in the early part of the game, but I'm going to have to try to pay attention to some of the new features that are coming out. Hopefully we'll get the chance to build a variety of those different things. So they have like a whole control the flow of gas in your base. So they've broken out some of the other elements down here. So instead of having all the gas work in plumbing, they've got its own little ventilation option down there, which is kind of cool. Oh, there's the wash basin, and fortunately we can make the wash basin right away, so that'll be a good thing to have. Try to control some of the germs. Rename Jack's dupe to Jackie. I don't know about that. Disable the marker links to bed, that way you'll get a night owl. Let me speed this up a little bit. So 97% is the immune system. So if you're not familiar with the change again, found our first little hatch anyway. If you're not familiar with the system again, what happens is you start off initially with really decent immune system, but then as you're exposed to the different germs, your immune system becomes weakened and you become more susceptible. And apparently that's where the real challenge is trying to balance that out. You might have noticed too that if you haven't seen it already, they have a new animal in the game, or new creature, the shine bug, which flies around and lights up the area, which is kind of cool. There's so many cool things that they've changed about this. Farming is completely different now, so we're gonna have to figure all that out. This is gonna be a real experimental playthrough as we try to kind of sort out all the things that we tweaked and how that impacts the way that we ultimately play the game and the way that I'm used to doing it. I kind of have a pattern for how I normally do everything, and that pattern's probably gonna be pretty different now. I'm gonna try and dig this out quickly. I do want to get some outhouses placed as soon as possible, but I also want them to be reasonably placed because I don't want to have to deal with the germs too much. Chlorine we have. I don't see a cold biome, but we do see chlorine. Chlorine may come in handy. Name one Caitlin the Destroyer the Third. The little shine bugs are pretty cute. How are we doing oxygen-wise in here? All right, not bad. Little pocket of carbon dioxide over here, but that's okay. I think there might have actually been some carbon dioxide in this space that I kind of cut into. So maybe what I should do initially is let's get access to some water early on. We'll build a ladder over here. That'll also give a place for the CO2 to fall into, and then I don't have to deal with it. While they're dealing with that, I'm going to build a little bit of floor over here, and we'll throw in. Hopefully they don't trap themselves in there. I have visions of them breaking the floor and then trapping somebody inside there, but I think it'll be okay. And we'll get some toilets going here right away also. Let's see, it should be in the plumbing. Oh, okay, so here's the liquid bottler. So this is the new way of collecting water. The duplicants won't go and grab it on their own from just any standing pool of water, which is kind of cool, because what I used to hate was you would do like a water lock, and then they would go and steal the water, and then the lock would break on you. There's a bottle emptier, so they don't actually destroy water mass anymore when they're cleaning up messes. Instead, they create the little bottles, and you have to have a place to go empty those, which is kind of neat. I'm going to throw down 2 outhouses to start with. And then I also want to make sure they're clean, so somewhere here in the medicine is the wash basin, and we're going to put 2 wash basins here, so that we can make sure they actually wash their hands when they leave the outhouses. They're all gasping. Sorry about the CO2, guys. I mean, they've got oxalate over here, so they should have a decent amount of air. They just have to not stand in the CO2. Funny how that works. Don't stand in the gas that doesn't let you breathe? What? Oh, you actually drowned with the shine bugs. Oh, no. So there's actually, there are a few of them down here, too. The shine bugs are kind of cool. Oh, they're sleeping in the CO2 area. Okay, so here's the wash basins. They've actually made those before they made the toilets, which is kind of a little strange, if you ask me. And on the wash basins, you can set up the direction. Insufficient resource, water. Oh, they're not even going to be able to use them right away. So what you do is you can click on the arrows, and you can do direction left, direction right, or whatever, and what'll happen is whenever they're passing the wash basin moving in that direction, they'll stop and wash their hands. So this way, they'll walk by and leave the wash basins alone. They'll use the outhouse, and when they're leaving the outhouse, they'll wash their hands on the way by, and we can get our first little bit of germ control. That is when we ultimately manage to get our hands on some water. We do have water down here at least, but I just have to kind of make a scenario where we can actually get to it. And actually, there's not really a ton of water in this one. We've got a little bit of water up top. A little bit of water down below. This might prove to be a little bit challenging. Let's do a little more flooring over here. I want to get the research going as early as possible as well, so we can make sure that we can deal with that. All right, so they're making use of the outhouses right away. At least they're not peeing on the floor. It kind of adds a whole new element there. So now when they have an accident and they go all over the floor, there's kind of a different level of risk involved there. I mean, you've got all those germs that are going to go with it. Let's dig all this out. Make some more space. I do need to get water sooner rather than later, just so that we can try to get that sanitation set up as quickly as possible. What do you do? Speed their pants and drown the shine bug? Oh my goodness. No, you drowned a shine bug in urine. That's so wrong. All right, so where was... I think it was in the plumbing, yeah. Here's the liquid bottler, and this is what we need. Now, I don't know if I could just make this thing hang in space. I'm kind of hoping I can. I can't change the direction that it faces, but it doesn't really matter ultimately. I'm really curious whether they'll build it. Unreachable build. Oh, yeah, okay, so they won't build it there. But we can do some little tiling here. Oh, actually, probably don't even need the tiling, but yeah, we'll leave it there anyway. It's unreachable, actually, because they didn't build the ladder down far enough yet. The jupes seem to jump to different block now when the block they're standing on gets destroyed. Oh, that's kind of cool. So it might actually help a little bit with those scenarios where you accidentally undercut the duplicant and send them flying. So they do have access to water now. They can pump it up from here. And let's see if they can actually... There it goes! Look at that! So Jack Ant is going to grab the water. He'll go up here and stock up these stations here. See if he grabs more. Oh, he's not going to grab more. Very cool. Alright, I'm going to dig out this over here, too. How's our gas situation? Alright, so we have a pretty decent layer of oxygen in here. The CO2 is kind of a little bit of a mess down here in the corner, but I'm not super worried about that just yet. Let's worry now about setting up some initial power systems. You know what? We'll set up a little treadmill over here where we have lots of oxygen. I'm going to set a little tiny battery up, and then we'll get our first station going for research here as well. Connect all this up with a little bit of wiring, and we're good to go. In the interest of being prepared, I'm also going to set up an algae deoxidizer over here, but I'm not going to plug it in just yet. I'll hold on to the deoxidizer until we get to a place where I'm actually a little bit concerned about the amount of oxygen we have, and then I'll start to use it, because I don't want to use up the algae too quickly. What happened to the shine bug? Did you trap it? Well, there should be a couple of shine bugs down here. Well, there's one down there. I don't know where the other one went. Was there two down here before? Maybe one of them died. I don't know. And up top there's two. I'm pretty sure there were two down below, but I don't know where it went. I wasn't paying attention. I don't think they attack them. At least I hope they don't. Dig all some of this out. Okay, how's our gas levels up here? So this is all breathable oxygen and a nice high concentration. This water I'm ultimately going to want to get down below. And I think the easiest way to do that is probably just to cut a ladder up through here. We'll get it to drain out, and I'll drain it into this side of things. We'll keep our water tank down here at the bottom. Actually, there's a lot of algae down here, too, I should probably try to deal with. Let's put a little ladder here, just so we can go collect the food and algae and stuff that's down here. Want to make sure they stay well fed. Man, look at all these tips that come up here. Germs and infections. I'm not going to deal with any of these tips right now. Hopefully, we won't just automatically kill ourselves off with some horrible disease that they throw up all over the place. So the slime lung apparently is present really in the swamp biome, so we'll have to be cautious of that. I'm not already murdering innocent bugs. I don't know where it went. I think honestly it left on its own. I don't know where it went. Yeah, it'll turn off when you hit max air pressure, but I don't want to run it until I really need to because the oxalite is still going. So I don't know. I just feel like if I can stretch it out till later, then I save a little bit of algae and trying to max out the pressure. All right, so we have basic farming leads to meal prep, leads to agriculture, fertilizer synthesizer, hydroponic farm. So it looks like a lot of the same elements are in the research tree that we had before. Decontamination, ore scrubber, and mesh tile is part of decontamination now. Filtration. combustion, advanced power regulation. Oh yeah, so everything looks relatively similar in terms of the research tree. It's nothing really crazy. I'm going to go first with basic farming, mostly just because I want to try and get some food crops going earlier rather than later. We'll try and prioritize that. Let's set the priority on this treadmill to a 6, so that they'll choose to do that if the battery power gets down. In the meantime, they can work on the research. What's new? Welcome to the stream, Angel. Slime lung can kill the whole colony. Yeah, actually, the illnesses in general can be pretty nasty. So I was kind of thinking that as we rolled into the game... Oh, they're actually idle. That's unusual. I was kind of thinking when we rolled into the game, it would just be kind of a cakewalk. We'd sort of initially start off with, you know, some minor challenges and stuff as we kind of build things the way we normally build. But from what I understand, it's actually pretty challenging managing the illnesses. So if we check out our germ overlay, you can see over here we've got on the outhouse we have the germs for food poisoning present. Now, hopefully they'll make use of this wash basin, but the trouble is the wash basin will fill up and it has to be cleaned out. So that means we need to have a place to dump out the polluted water that comes out of there. You can see the slime lung all down here in the slime biome, naturally. Actually, it's even present like just right in the actual slime itself. So when we get into that, we're going to have to try and control that. And I think that's going to be an interesting kind of balance to figure out, because I haven't played around with it just yet. I know you can control the slime lung with cold temperatures. You can kind of destroy it, but I don't see a cold biome right here. And I think they might have set it up now so that we actually have to go hunting for the cold biome, maybe, because there's none in my immediate surroundings, which is not super reassuring. I should probably set up some storage so we can start to put some stuff away. Let's go like this. I need to dig all this out anyway. Over here is where I want to get this water to drop down. I'm a little bit concerned about how little water there really is in here. Let's pick another duplicant, though, while we have the chance. There's a lot new in the update. So there's the whole germ overlay. There's a number of new buildings. They've changed around the whole farming system. They fixed a whole bunch of bugs and things. So there's kind of a lot going on. Let's see. Who should we pick? So we've got an architect. Well, there's a loud sleeper. Tryptophobia. Duplicants' fear of holes makes it impossible for them to dig. Oh, okay. So they set up tryptophobia as the can't dig trait. I don't want that. We have a yokel. Again, can't do the research job. But they do some other things okay. +1 immunity. I kind of like that +1 immunity. +6 immunity. Okay. So this person can't dig, which really kind of stinks. But as a level 7 scientist, I could really make use of them for research, and their immunity is going to be really handy. So I'm going to take them anyway, even though they're really not an ideal person to take early on, I think. And we're going to name this one, let's see. Let's make this one Dead Logan. Sorry, I know a lot of people ultimately want to get a duplicate named after them, but there's also a couple hundred people watching the stream right now, so it'll be a little bit tricky to try to get everybody in here. I'm not really planning to have a couple hundred duplicants, so I'm just kind of grabbing them as I see them. I'll do my best to try to get as many of you that are interested in having a duplicate in here, but I can't make any promises, obviously. Okay, this water I want to drain. So in order to do that, I'm going to need a ladder over here. If I make it right at this corner, actually... No, I don't want to do that. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to make the ladder right here. I'm going to dig it just so it's just up underneath there, which is unfortunately going to cut me into this carbon dioxide. And there's a lot of it, 1,000 grams per tile in here, which is really not great. So things are going to get a little nasty down here from a CO2 perspective. But we'll try to make do with it. In here, I'm going to set up my storage. We're going to go with all. So here's the cool thing. Max capacity 2,000 kilograms. You can do like a slider for how much you want to store in the different containers now. And you can even type in the actual number. So if I wanted 10,000, I could just type in 10,000. So you don't always have to use the sliders anymore, which is kind of cool. I like that. It's like a sort of a quality of life upgrade, I guess you would call it. All right, so we're going to go with no polluted dirt in here. We'll copy the settings and paste that over this. Fleeing. Where are they fleeing from? Oh, the hatch. Wait a minute. Was that hatch actually biting him? I don't think Jack actually took a little bit of damage. I didn't think the hatches attacked the duplicants. I wonder if maybe that's something they've tweaked a little bit. That could cause some unique challenges, and I guess that's probably why we don't want to go with the whole scenario where everybody's a pacifist, because the hatches look like they might not be quite as friendly as they used to be. Let's deconstruct buildings here. I'm going to build a water channel by digging all the way down here. Oh, you know what? That's just super derpy. Cancel this. I'm going to send the water all the way down this tunnel. And then we'll let it kind of leak out here at the bottom. Now, to get it to flow the way I want to, I'm also going to put some little walls in here just to kind of block things off. And actually, it's probably not a bad idea anyway, just to try to keep the CO2 trapped in there. Probably not going to be able to get a lot of it because a bunch of it kind of escaped already, but if we can at least trap some of it in there, then that will help kind of keep things a little bit more pristine in the rest of our colony. We can already see the oxygen levels are starting to dip down a little bit. Yeah, so it attacked a little bit when I dug it out, you're right. And then it just kind of left them alone, which is good. Well, no, not all my dupes are pacifists. So only one of them is a pacifist and can't fight at all. And I have, I probably should turn off the combat for them in general, just to see what happens. In terms of research, I want to set it so these guys aren't doing research. Learning 8, learning 7. Dead Logan, unfortunately, can't dig or anything, so we're going to set him up on the research. And we'll use Jack for more digging means. Even though Jack's got a slightly higher research skill, since the other one can't dig, I'm probably better off using him this way. Research seems to take a lot longer than it did before. How do we stand here? Yeah, 17 out of 20. Man, that seems to be... I don't know if it's just me, but it seems like it's going a little slower. Their immune systems are all 100% too, which is good. How's our germ situation? All right, these are going to fill up at some point. I got to figure out where I'm going to drain those to, and I think I'm going to try and do... Oh, what is this? Oh, natural gas guys are like right there. So we've got an opportunity for power right here, which is good. Oh, research complete. That's good. Let's check our temperature overlay. It's not heating up too much yet, which is good. We do have a fair amount of heat coming in over here, though. So this is the first time I think I've had one of these purple biomes like right next to the main area. So the amount of heat that's going to come off of this is probably going to present a problem in the relatively short term. It's going to get a little warm and toasty in here. I wonder if maybe that'll help kill the germs off. I don't think it's hot enough, though. Hi, Kazi. Thanks for joining the stream. Okay, so this is just about ready. Let's do another research in here. Insulation is way up here, though. I don't really want to spend all that, particularly since I don't have a supercomputer set up just yet. So let's maybe look at power regulation. I think will maybe be the next one I want to deal with. Because I could use those batteries. Let's get some larger batteries set up in here. I think that'll come in handy. Actually, no, you know what? I want to keep stress down. I'm going to choose decor. Let's go that route. How's our oxygen? Oxygen is getting a little low, so I am going to hook up this algae deoxidizer now. Get that going. This is all set. I'm just going to do a little wall over here. I'm kind of curious to see whether they'll trap themselves there. I think they can go down here and just run through the bottom. I should probably just double check that. I'm going to grab the algae that's down here. Before I send any more water down below, we'll try to snag all the algae we can that's down here. It looks like some of it they can't reach, so they may not go that far under the water. So I am actually going to have to be a little bit careful of that. Well, they found another hatch in the water. That poor guy's going to drown. Discovered the new area of the mine, but I couldn't see what it was. Just stayed back. Oh, so you found a ruin. That's pretty cool. I do want to explore around and try to find some of those. What is that noise? Oh, no! The hatch died. Well, if nothing else, I guess we got some meat. It's unrefrigerated, but we have meat. All right. I don't see any ruins close by, but it is kind of cool that we found that gas geyser. Oh, there's some of the new plants. These little dust cap mushroom things. It's kind of neat. Farming, I'm going to have to totally relearn because it's like got a whole different structure to it now. Let's get a ladder down here. How did they even get on that ladder? They can't jump down there. Yeah, I'm going to put a ladder over here for now. Yeah, again, I'm going to end up dotting my whole base in ladders, but ultimately I'm going to seal off this wall here just until we send the water down, and then I'm going to take the whole wall down anyway. I just want to make sure it all flows in the direction that I intend it to go when I dig it out of there. And actually, probably the easiest way to do that is I'll just throw a little manual airlock right here. That way the duplicates can go in and out. Do some recording tests. Have fun with that, Kazi. Hopefully it goes well for you. All right, we're getting a little bit of power here, but I'm really worried. I'm really worried about how long this will work. Polluted water, 323,000 germs and climbing. I don't know what the maximum is on these things. Let's see. Hold on. Oh, you can disinfect it. The building's already clean. Info. What do we got here? Remove germs from the duplicants. Duplicants use wash basin when passing by. Decor plus 11. Oh, that's nice. Overheat temperature 75 degrees. Germ spread can be reduced by building wash basins where duplicants are likely to get dirty. Contents 184 kilograms of water. That's a fair amount of water in there. Polluted water 15 kilograms. So I'm not sure at what point it will max out and then they'll stop using it, but I'm really curious to see how that kind of works out because it's almost too easy of a solution otherwise. At some point it's going to throw me a curveball. It always does. All right, let's dig up into here. Oops. We'll get this water drain down below. Like so. We're probably going to have to try to make a scenario where we can create more fresh water in the relatively near future, I think. I mean, this is a half decent amount of water, but it's not really a ton. That worked well. Okay, they got that all cut out. It's draining exactly as I need it to. How do they know how many germs there are? I don't see any microscopes. I don't know. It's just how it is, I guess. You can see them on the overlay. Unfortunately, there's not too many of them there. How's our air situation? All right, that's looking okay. Pneumatic door airflow tile. Oh, so they don't have like gas permeable tile anymore. Now it's called an airflow tile. Requires gas piping research. Planter box. All right, what is the deal with the farming now? What do we have seed-wise? This is going to take a little experimenting because I haven't seen the changes to the farming just yet. But I do know that they require light and things for certain types of plants. Some of them prefer carbon dioxide as the growing medium for the gas or whatever. Let's throw a couple of planter boxes in here. I don't want to do too many yet because I just want to see how this works. I haven't seen the change yet. But we'll build a couple of these and we'll try mealwood seeds. All right, so produces the meal lice, goes 3 cycles, temperature 10 to 30 degrees, air pressure 150 grams minimum, atmosphere, oxygen, polluted oxygen, or carbon dioxide it will grow in. It needs a farm plot. This plant can be housed in a planter box, farm tile, or hydroponic. That's fine. It gives 800 kilocalories. Seed harvest chance is 33%. So they don't have the system anymore where you have like yields and things anymore. They've kind of done away with that whole system, and instead they've gone with this more randomized system that says that at some points you're going to get seeds out of it. And it seems to give a fixed number of calories, too. Let's just copy the settings and paste these over the whole thing. We'll make a small little batch of mealwood so we can kind of supplement our food supply. Not that we're doing too poorly. I mean, we're at 29,000 kilocalories because they actually found some food. Stuff and more stuff. Generally, humans deserve to die, but... aw, that's not very nice. Yeah, let's die. I decided to start a new game entirely because it's a brand new release. The new update, all kinds of cool stuff. Yeah, both platforms running now. Can't decide which chat to be on. That's funny. Ultimately, it pulls out both together into the overlay on the stream anyway. But let's get this cut out of here. I don't really need this wall here anymore, so I'm just going to deconstruct all this mess here. Tear all that down. We can get rid of this ladder here. Oh, finish the second research. Nice. Okay, so we have a decor option now. I think I'm going to go with... gas piping gives me the airflow tile, so I'm going to grab that one, I think. How's our temperature? Does that thing heat up? No, not really so much. That's good. Nope, this thing is not planted. I ran out of mealwood seeds. How about that? Alright, let's dig a little bit more on this side of things. Actually, how big is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't want to do 5, I want to do 4s. Cancel. There we go. Dig a little bit more over here. Dig some more out here. I don't even know if I can dig this part here. This will be interesting to figure out. There we go. Not bad. All right. Nobody's died of any illnesses yet, so I'm going to call that probably a success at this point. We're 6 cycles in. I feel like when a game goes poorly, everything just goes really bad right off the bat, but kind of a lot to figure out in this. A lot of little things that they've kind of tweaked in here. Algae trim, let's see. I do have a compost. I should put that in place. We're going to put that over here. The compost apparently heats up now, too. Which I'm wondering if it'll, like, sort of disinfect itself by heating up. I don't know. The dupes want beds. I know they do. But, I'm not really in a rush to give them beds just yet. I need to find the space that I want to use to make room for them. I think I'll probably put it right above here, above this middle section. What do I hear this squealing? Oh, look. Another hatch. Poor Jack is just getting the beats. These things don't like him very much. Every time he digs one up, he gets chomped on. It's nice that we're finding muckroot to eat because I'm not really getting a lot of the mealwood seeds, unfortunately. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to put some tiles in right here. Build another floor right up here. Let's grab another duplicant. This will be duplicant number 5. I'm probably going to cap out at like 6 or 8, maybe. Wouldn't warm temperatures help germs breed? Yeah, that does to a certain point. When it gets to a certain amount of heat, though, then they don't breed so much anymore. Kind of kills them off, but it has to get really hot. Some germs. Some germs. Teehee. All right, let's bring in Teehee. So we've got a pacifist, a yokel, or noodle arms. Man. All right, we already have a couple good researchers, so let's bring in this guy. I don't really want to deal with both a pacifist who can't dig. That seems like just too much work now. So let's bring in Teehee. Welcome to the colony. Oh, they have iron gut too. I can take that because the food I'm going to be feeding you is not going to be good stuff. Dig out all this junk. So this is where I'm going to put the bedroom, I think. We'll just stick it right up above the main section here. I probably could do some decor since we made a point of researching that. I'm trying to make things a little bit more pleasant in here. They are apparently supposed to be getting to a place where they want to kind of swap out the way that the art works, because they didn't really intend for people to kind of spam pictures this way. I'm going to make sure that we don't have any non-artists working on the art. They did add in some cool new pictures, too, which is neat. So there's one that's like the Scream, and there's another one with this duplicant that's got this cool unibrow that's just hilarious. The hatch hate is real. Yeah, the new overlays are cool. Actually, they didn't really add too much new in here, aside from this one here, the germ overlay. So you've got the germ host, the germ source. Food poisoning. Is anybody... Oh, they've got germs. Food poisoning, 16 germs. All right, 407 germs. 425 germs. So they've got a little bit of germ power going on, but not a lot. I feel like they're probably doing okay that way. And their immune systems are all still at 100%, so, I mean, it's okay. They're doing good so far. Not bad. This gas geyser is going to be interesting because of its placement. Kind of want to get into that sooner rather than later. This chlorine will be helpful for when we get to the point where we have too many germs running around. We can actually blast the place with chlorine. Although how you get rid of the chlorine after you let it loose, I'm not entirely sure on. We might want to try and create some sort of a room to do a sterile food storage. Only a little bit of CO2 built up down here. It's not bad. So far, so good, I would say. I'm going to add more storage because we always need more than that. Let's go this way. Furniture. What do we got furniture-wise? Ceiling lights. Okay, so these plants over here, do they benefit from air? Wild growth, life cycle, 12 cycles. Body temperature, air pressure. Mealwood produces meal lice and oddly wriggly grain that can yada yada. I don't know whether you actually need light for these. From what I heard when they were doing some of the initial streams talking about the update, they're talking about how plants needed light and things, but I don't know if it's like all of them that do. It doesn't really seem to list it as a condition of something it needs. Wait, did you see some ruins? I didn't see any ruins. But maybe I wasn't looking. Oh, right down here. There's some ruins right there. I kind of want to go dig down and find those sooner rather than later. But we're going to have to go into the slime biome, which is not going to be pretty. Click on the plant in the wild. Here we go. Does the same thing. It doesn't really... It gave me the same information. Check the plant over the way, over the right. Oh, right, okay. Oh, nice, okay. So, halted growing or fully grown. So it's all growing. I mean, there's nothing stifling it, at least. These mushrooms... No, not the dust cap. I thought there was a plant that they were introducing that had to grow in carbon dioxide, but I guess I don't see it here yet. What's my favorite movie? I have no idea, to be honest. I enjoy movies, I just don't know which one I would call my favorite. Let's try and get a little bit of drainage here for some CO2. Throw in some airflow tiles. Stick them right under here. Make sure we get our CO2 going down the hole. Probably should use some over here also. I don't want the CO2 trapped in here either, so I'm going to try and get that out. Let's do another little bit of tile. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I do like to have these things 4 high. The gases pass through here. And then we'll just dig all this business out here. The only thing I don't like about doing this is that I'm kind of cutting into that area where the heat is. So things will get warmer over here as we go. The temperature, this was probably terrible placement for these plants. Because the temperature over here is going to get to be a little bit on the nasty side. It's 24 degrees now. At some point, it's going to get to the point where it's too warm to grow the plants over there. Burst blooms need light, so it will sit in the list of requirements. Okay, so if we look in here, if we cancel this and look at... what have we got here? So sleet wheat, so the bristle blossoms... Effects... Oh yeah, light. There's the requirement there. That plant needs light. So the bristle blossom needs light. However, it looks as though the mealwood not so much. So that's good. Anything I can do to not have to deal with it is a plus on my side. Although I think the issue here is really going to be the temperature because we're so close to this heated area. Oh, look, here's some of the new pictures. Those are awesome. I love the scream. Sweet. All right, they've got this started being dug out up here, but it's not exactly finished yet. I probably should cancel some of the flooring in here and put in some of this nice airflow tile. Just to make sure we've got that taken care of. I'm going to do a ladder up on this side. And I'll probably cancel this one here, too. Leave a little double gap there. Actually, it kind of stinks that well, maybe I can put an airflow tile right here. I like to normally leave a gap on either side of the ladder. Just as, like, extra space that the gases can kind of flow through, but... whatever. It works. Let's go down here. We need to copy our settings and paste those over. Research complete. More research done. All right, what are we going to do next? I guess we'll go with power regulation. I wanted to get that battery before. I might as well grab it now. Make sure things aren't overheating. Temperatures look good, aside from over here, which does not look good. I feel like they've made this central area a little bit tinier than it used to be. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. It seems a little bit smaller, though. Your ODC is going crazy. Crazy. Why? Because I've made uneven floors? Why you do this? I can't help it. Oh, look, little shine bugs up here flying around. These guys are cool. Okay, so our plants over here, they're growing pretty well. 96%. We'll get a crop out of those actually any moment now. I'm going to need to figure out something that I want to do for food storage. And I think I'm going to put it right here. Right where the CO2 can kind of drop down. So I'm going to put a little basin here underneath this little ventilation area. I'm going to use that as a place to create sort of a little CO2 trap. Whoops, hit my microphone. Little CO2 trap. We can put our food in there. And then I won't have to worry about it spoiling. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Just gonna go like this. Gonna mess with Jack's OCD because it's not exactly centered again. You're watching a Twitch on your phone and on the PC. Hi, Orange Doomcat. How are you? Thanks, Matthew. Thanks for coming to check out the stream for a bit. Yeah, I love that screaming dupe painting as well. That one's my favorite. The ladders I'm creating are a dupe trap. They are? Where? Oh, yeah. as I've almost trapped them in here already. Let's put... We're gonna need ladders on either side of this. Oh, they can jump up that side, but I'm gonna put the ladder there anyway. Okay, so this will be where we'll trap the CO2, hopefully. And this will actually be our first scenario where we can actually bottle up some liquid. So we'll sweep in here, or mop in here rather. That'll bottle up the liquid. See, they make these little bottles now that then you have to empty. To empty those, you need the little bottle emptying station, which I haven't built yet. But we can put the bottle emptying station just down here. Where are we here? Where do they put the bottle emptying station? Probably in the plumbing. I guess that would make sense. Bottle emptier. Tell me I can spin it. Yes, I can. Good. Ooh, it takes a lot of space. Well, that's sort of not ideal. I thought I could put it like right here, but I don't know that that's even going to work. I know it needs a floor underneath it anyway, so let's let them build that. You know what? Let's put this just a little bit lower because I have a feeling I'm going to need space above it for them to actually fit the bottle on. I don't know, maybe not. Yeah, the new music is kind of cool. So when you zoom in, you get different music than when you zoom out and you look at different areas. Oh, now you can't hear the music. That figures. There's shine bugs there, though. They're doing a really good job of everything about this game, I think. There's not really much about it that I would say that I actually don't like. It's kind of addicting to me. I don't know about you, but I find I can dump like crazy amounts of time into this game. Mess with the OCD and keep the annoyance coming. That's right. We're gonna keep everything. We'll make everything off kilter. If something looks like it's gonna be centered too well, then we'll just move it a little bit so it's not. Just to make sure. Yeah, we don't want things to look too good. All right, so we've already started to get a little bit of CO2 built up in here. It's going to take a little bit for it to kind of filter down. But when it's ready, then we'll have a good spot there. I kind of want to get rid of all this extra rock in here so I have a place for more CO2 to trap. Okay, we've got our spot here for the bottle emptier. Okay, we'll fit there. That's good. So when you build your bottle emptier, then you can tell it you either want to use it to empty bottles of clean water or bottles of dirty water or both. So in this case, I'm going to use it for clean water because I don't want polluted water getting in my freshwater reserve down here. Since we're actually using this water for stuff. There we go. Okay, so now in here, I should be able to set this for allow auto-bottling. If enabled, duplicates will deliver bottled liquids to this building directly from liquid bottlers. Oh, that's weird. I thought there was a way you could set the type of... Oh, yeah, here it is here. So liquids, I want specifically water in here. Not polluted water. But I do still need to have a place to empty this polluted water that we're creating up here, and I haven't dealt with that just yet. And I think I'm going to do it in a space over here. I don't want to deal too much with too much polluted oxygen, though, because even though you can't get sick off the polluted oxygen anymore, it acts as a medium that helps transfer the germs. So I'm kind of curious to see how that works out, but... He's screaming. Yeah, he's witnessing my layout. That's exactly why he's screaming. You can't take the lack of conformity. All right, so we've got, oh man, 2 duplicates they can't dig, and then we have an anemic yokel. Man, at least they're an architect, so they've got some stuff going for them. They're +1 medicine. Actually, even though this person can't dig, they've got good medicine. And this person has good immunity. Germ resistant. That's kind of handy. All right, let me see. Trying to scroll back a little bit better. All right, this one is going to be... Let's bring in this duplicant here. They won't dig, which, again, is... I hate getting duplicates that can't dig. But they're good at medicine, and I feel like we're going to need some of that. So I'm going to bring this person in, and we'll name them Sukita. Welcome to the colony. Ooh, I finished another research. Nice. Liquid piping now. Soon we're going to need a supercomputer. Replace it with batteries. I don't like that I'm completely surrounded by hot stuff now. I don't have any cooling agents here. I'm so used to having access to the cold biome, like just kind of sort of like abutting against your main starting area, that since they had the update with the thermal update, I don't think I've had to deal with not having one around. That's going to take a little getting used to. Let's build some beds in here since we can now. We have 6 duplicants, so I'm going to need 6 beds. And we're going to put them off-center just because that'll be great for Jack. You're welcome, Jack. Well, 2 of them got to sleep on a bed. We didn't quite get all 6 built, but at least we got a good start on it. Let's get rid of the dirt that's down here. Oh, look at the hatch farm we can set up down here. That's awesome. 4 of them. Now, mind you, I don't have a place to set up a coal power generator at the moment. So that may not necessarily come in super handy, but in the end, if we want to make use of them, at least we've got 4 of them in the same place. That's probably the best number I've actually managed to get in one place, I think. There's our air supply. It's not awesome in here. I think I might need to build a second algae deoxidizer and stick it over on this side because we're not really getting good airflow over here right now. Stick it right on this side, maybe. Connect up our power. Tons of crazy power. I had 5 on one place on Tuesday. I did? Oh, I guess I must have missed that. Yeah, I actually probably should go gas. We'll have to do a little bit more research and stuff to get to the point where we can cut into this space to get the gas. But I guess as a first priority, I should try to figure out where I can dump dirty liquids. Some place I can get rid of it that's not going to create a really big hassle for me. I'm going to kind of dig all this out here. See if we can get all this water to kind of flow down together. Just put a ladder to the top left of the ladder so you don't lose oxygen in that pocket. Oh, we're up here? Yeah, I probably should. I can just seal that off, actually. Like so. This plant here I should dig up. I don't need that sitting there. Nice. Oh, I should do decor in the room, too, because if they're going to go to sleep in here, we might as well give them a decent place to sleep. We're going to do a painting above each bed, and we're going to do some statues up here, too. Oh, that was terrible. Derpy click. There we go. We'll do a little sculpting block. I'm going to do one between each of the beds over here. So that should do some good things for their room decor, at least. I know the airflow tile doesn't, at least it didn't used to do good things for decor, but I figured having the CO2 drop through is probably better. Whoops. Man, I keep hitting the thing. My longest game. I honestly don't know. So I have a tendency to get a little bit bored when I get to a couple hundred cycles. So I haven't gone to like crazy lengths yet. I think my longest game was a little more than 200 cycles. But then I kind of want to go and start a new colony. I like the whole growth portion of it. When the colony gets so that it's like self-sustaining and it's big, you have all kinds of space and everything, and then at that point you're just kind of exploring. There wasn't really a lot to explore for, so I kind of got tired of it. But now that they have these ruins, I think I'm going to want to do some more exploring. So we'll see how we do with this colony. One of the more recent ones, we were taking a duplicant every single time, and that created its own challenges. Oh, I intuned my oxygen building. I should probably dig that out. Man, another research done already. Okay, good. That's all finished. They're doing a really good job with that research with the people that have the skills for it. I do need a supercomputer, though. So I guess that'll be next on the list. We'll build that over here. And I think I'm going to put a larger battery here, too. Oh, let's just stick the large battery in the air, because that makes sense. Like so. There we go. So they can do a little bit more energy storage anyway. Hi, Sean. How are you? Yeah, it was blocked. The oxygen maker was blocked for a short amount of time, but we got it taken care of ultimately. Let's have priority 6 on this food storage. These bottles down here I can empty now. So let's sweep up the mess that's down here. Now, do we sweep the bottles or mop the bottles? Let's find out. I guess they sweep them. So what they should do with these bottles now is they'll run down and grab them, and they'll take them over here to the bottle emptier, I think. And then we'll see them empty the water out into here. So that's kind of how we can move the water around without losing it. Oh, they're like running down here to grab food and stuff. Oh, they found some meat. Another hatched round, I guess. Okay, pick up the water. I want to see them use this little water bottle emptier. Oh, somebody grabbed one. Where are they going with it? Oh, they put it in storage. Oh, there we go. Oh, wow, that went so fast I didn't even see it. They stuck it on there and just vanished like instantly. That was crazy. want to get to the point where we can do a hydrogen refrigeration for dirty O2. Yeah, that'd be neat. Okay, so we've got a decent layer of CO2 in here now. I can put my food storage below here, and that will keep it from spoiling. We've got just enough room for 3 boxes, so I'll do that. This here, we can do research. Now, what do I want to work on next? So sanitation's probably a good one, because we got our deodorizer, lavatory, and the shower. I feel like all 3 of these are probably good things in a germy environment. Rejuvenator. Decontamination or scrubber or mesh tile. Those aren't really a huge priority for me right now. Meal prep would probably be good too. Combustion. You know what? For now, I can make do with manual power. I'm not going to rush that. I think what I'm going to do is go with sanitation, because I feel like that's the piece of this game that I'm going to be having to try to get a handle on again, is the whole sanitation side of it. All the germs and things are kind of a new element that I'm going to have to work with. So I think I'm going to grab that. I really want to get down here and cut into this thing, and that's actually, too, where it'll come in handy to have the deodorizer, too, because I can kind of deal with some of that. We're going to have to deal a little bit with some CO2 down here, so I'm just going to do a little algae terrarium. Do 2 of them sitting in this corner where there's just a little skim of water, and I think what will happen is they'll kind of self-water themselves because they have that little layer of water there. I don't know if I have enough water in place. We'll find out soon enough. But I'm hoping that they'll kind of just use the water that's sitting here for now. And that kind of make use of that instead of just letting it go to waste. Use liquid O2 for cooling. Yeah, so there's all kinds of stuff you can do. 1 planter box available. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot I did get another mealwood seed, didn't I? Thank you for reminding me. Oh, and some of these actually drop seeds, too, so we got a chance to get some regrowth, which is nice. The temperature here is 25 degrees. It's going to keep climbing. I'm not really happy about that. We're going to have to cool that down at some point. I'm starting to think that maybe I should have put a little bit more priority into focusing on getting to the insulation side of things, but I think we'll just kind of have to make do. As soon as we get an air deodorizer, I'm going to stick it over here, though, so we can deal with the stuff, the stink coming off the compost. How are these doing? Water, 131 kilograms. Polluted water, 69 kilograms at 23 degrees Celsius. 1 million germs. That's a lot of germs. Fortunately, it doesn't show the germs on it, but I guess they must be stored somewhere. Ooh, look at that mess. Yeah, that thing's a little covered. Okay, so let's try disinfecting. I haven't tried this yet. Oh, look at that. They don't even have to go and get anything to disinfect. They just naturally have the stuff they need. 12,000 germs. This one has 10,000. I don't know that they really accomplished a lot. Oh, maybe they went to sleep before they finished. I guess that's probably the deal. I did watch the short animation. It's super cute. I like the little cartoon things they do. So they had a neat one for the last update also, with them kind of like digging into the wall and the water gushing out and everything. So it's pretty neat. Germs in the storage container. What? Where? Oh, wow. What happened to that storage container? What is in here? Oh, I wonder if I don't know. Let's disinfect this thing, though. That's nasty. Thank you for spotting that. That's crazy. Oh, we even have some on the plants over here. What? Somebody's got to be germy. Some little duplicant. Oh, look at this. This wheel is all germy. Going into disinfecting rage here for a little bit and clean everything up. I need to get a shower sooner rather than later, I think, too. I have a feeling we're going to spend a lot of time disinfecting with the person on there. I wonder if that will clean up TED at the same time. It did. TED's got no germs. That's pretty funny. I guess I could... Can I disinfect the plants? No, you can't disinfect the plants, but maybe the planter? The building's already clean. Alright, so the plants themselves have germs on them. Food poisoning germs, and I can't get the germs off. I wonder if being in CO2 here will help. Actually, it's not even a proper layer of CO2 in there right now. Air pressure is almost too high. It's not letting me get a decent layer of CO2. Just take a chlorine bath. That's right. Just jump straight into some concentrated chlorine. I'm sure that will turn out great. I mean, who needs skin anyway? How's the research going? Oh, did they finish that already? No, they didn't. What are they working on instead of the research? Get to work over here. Actually, do I even have 2 researchers? I should probably check that. I don't. I only had 1 researcher, so we have 2 now. I guess that would explain why they didn't get the research done very quickly. Am I going to fix the carbon dioxide issue? No, not really. I'm not in a big rush for it. For right now, I'm just keeping the air pressure fine up here, and I put these 2 little algae terrariums down here to kind of swap out some of it, but I'm not making this a huge priority. There's a pocket of it down here, and if the air pressure here ever drops, it's going to expand and it'll become a problem, but it's not really a rush scenario yet. Ultimately, I want to figure out where I want the CO2 to concentrate so I can scrub it. I don't like to use algae terrariums because it burns through too much algae, and I feel like that's too valuable for just straight oxygen. I wish I could trap a little shine bug down here with these plants. So that would actually help them grow better. Oxygen. Man, I'm getting all clean oxygen in here. I can't get a decent amount of CO2 in here. I've got too much air pressure. Let's bring in 1 more duplicant. I have room for 1 more bed up here in the bedroom area, so I'm going to bring in 1 more duplicant for now. Who wants to be in the colony? Grab 1 more person. If that goes even and neat, the CO2 wouldn't escape. I don't know about that. It depends on where your oxygen is placed. Lucas Garcia. Okay, so we have noodle arms, gastrophobia, and anemic. And I'm more... Actually, the strong learning in these people, but I don't like the negative traits on these 2. So I'm going to take the scientist in the middle, even though I don't really need the learning skill right now. Let's go with... what was it? Lucas Garcia, was it? I'm going to scroll back here. So many people chatting. Yeah, Lucas Garcia. There we go. All right, welcome to the colony. You need to set up a place for your germ polluted water. Yeah, I do. I haven't decided where I want that to be just yet. We have a lot of little hatches down here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig out a little hallway in here, and I'll create a pit down here that I can put it in, and I can seal it off with a door. But then I'm going to want some way to purify it. Which means I'm going to have to do a little bit of work around that also. To be determined. It's actually done by the natural gas guys are here too, which isn't necessarily awesome. More than Tuesday. Yep. That's for sure. Need to be quick. Oh, is it pretty much full already? I don't know. It's got 25 kilograms of polluted water and 134 kilograms of regular water, so I don't know. Oh, it's oh. Yep, you're right. It's dropping bottles of polluted water. Oh, see, look, it's got the little indicators. You can see on the left side the clean water and on the right side the polluted water. So I made a little mess up here. I made some polluted oxygen mess too. Actually, have I got that? I thought I had finished researching the Deodorizer already. No, not yet. A little bit more. All right, you're right. I do have to get rid of that. It's a little bit stinky over there. Ew, gross. Look at that. Let's disinfect this thing. Oh my gosh, we got storage down here that's all infected. I must be putting something in these storage bins that's contributing to the infection. Oh, the food box, the bed up here. I need showers. We're gonna have germs everywhere soon. They're gonna spend so much time disinfecting. I'm not gonna have time to do anything else. All right, we do have the deodorizer finally. I'm gonna put that over here. Down here, I want to have a little manual airlock, I think. And we'll put a couple tiles above that. And then I'm going to dig a little pit down here with a ladder. Stick a ladder down here. And I'm going to use this ultimately for polluted water. Crypto seems to have a massive update once a week and you'll have 1 million. Yeah, pretty much. They do have a timer going now, though, so I think it's going to be something like every 6 weeks they're targeting for new updates, which is kind of cool. So when you log into the game now, it shows you how long until the next expected update, that's kind of a neat little feature. Okay, so I'm going to do 1 tile here. And then in my plumbing, I've got my bottle emptier, so I'll stick it right here. I'm going to do a little deodorizer in here because the air is gonna get stinky in here. And then this thing I'm gonna set for polluted water. So now as they get bottles of polluted water out of the sanitation stations, they should take them over here and dump them. I'm really looking forward to having a decent door on here, though. Something that goes a little bit faster than that one does. So I'm not sure how long it's going to take for this to fill up. I'm really curious to see what the flow of water is that comes out of those things. But this will at least give me a place to sort of store it that's a little bit out of the way. Probably a better scenario would be to create like more of like a water-based airlock here, since I know that they're not going to take the water anymore. Tip: duplicate immune system. One of your duplicates has consumed enough germs that's beginning to impact their health. The more disease they consume, the harder it is for their immune system to fight off the germs. If their immune system reaches 0%, infection occurs and medical intervention will be necessary. Use the vital screen to keep an eye on duplicant immune levels. Alright, so who's really germy right now? Oh, there they are. So this is the person who's been not washing their hands. Lucas Garcia, you just arrived here, and you're super germy. What have you been playing around with? 224,000 germs. Did he not wash his hands? He's the one that's spreading the germs all over the base, and he just got here. How do we get rid of sanitizing him? Oh, actually, Sukita's all germy, too. Look at all the germs. They're spreading everywhere. I don't like this very much. This isn't going well. Alright, I'm going to get some more disinfecting going quickly. I can't, apparently. That building's disinfected already. This building's already clean, but it doesn't look very clean. It says that one is too. It's germy. I can see the germs, and it says I can't disinfect it. I wonder if that's a bug. I don't like that. I don't like it at all. Maybe something else producing the germs. Well, I mean, the little stuff that dumped out of this didn't help. Probably do with disinfecting the toilets again. Can I disinfect this? Oh, I can. I can disinfect the compost pile. That's good. All right, there we go. So they're actually draining the bottles in here. So we've got some of this nastiness in here. Man, the bottle was a lot more full than the ones I dumped down here, though. The other ones, like, disappeared instantly. I probably should set up a shower system, you're right, at some point. Where I'm going to put that exactly, I don't know. Over here would probably be a likely spot, because then the polluted water could go down here, and then I just have to find a way to clean it. So the trouble is, so now if we look over here, this is like germy water. So it's polluted water that's full of germs. The food poisoning germs in particular. So we're going to need to try to purify that in some way to kill off the germs, but then you still have to clean up the water so that you actually have clean water to work with. I don't know. What kind of other updates would I like to see? I think probably the biggest one would be the ability to pick up the hatches and move them somewhere else so that you could have... You can kind of control where your little farming kind of area is. I'm going to do a little decor up here. Man, look at that. It's looking nice. I don't have room for decor over here. I didn't leave enough space. That was silly of me. Well, I can put one painting here in the corner, but above the compost pile, I feel like that's probably not going to accomplish a lot. I can't put pictures in here either because the plants grow a little bit too tall. Yeah, the germs are passing through the airflow tiles, actually. So if you look here, you can... Well, actually, it looks like it's gotten a lot cleaner. Oh, there we go. So you can kind of see them all kind of drifting around down here. Because they're airborne germs, I guess. I still can't disinfect these containers. I wonder if you can only disinfect them like once every so often. What am I storing in here that might be a problem? Cultivatable soil. Briar seed. So in agriculture, we've got... Oh, fertilizer. I bet you it's the fertilizer. If I had to guess, I'd say it's probably because I'm putting fertilizer in here and I really shouldn't be. Oh, thanks so much for the super chat. Check the math on the algae to O2 conversion on the deoxidizer versus terrarium. Terrarium gets 10% extra O2 with light. Yeah, but it also consumes water and the algae. So if you look at... where is it here? Details. Hold on. If we go in here and look at the algae terrarium consumes 30 grams per second of algae and 300 grams per second of water. It produces 40 grams per second of oxygen, and when it has light, you get a little bit of a benefit off of it. And then if you look at the algae deoxidizer, it uses 550 grams per second and 120 watts of power, but it produces 500 grams per second of oxygen. So I don't know. I mean, I've always kind of favored the deoxidizers because I feel like I have better control over them. I don't know. It's really just kind of the way I've kind of leaned towards it. Only got a multiplayer update? No, there's no multiplayer for Oxygen Not Included. They did an update to add a whole bunch of germs and stuff. They added some new buildings and things. Ore also has germs, but there's an ore scrubber. There is. I haven't built it yet. Let's see what we got research-wise, so we can move on to something else. Pressure management would let me get the new mechanized airlocks, or the other mechanized airlocks, to go a little bit quicker, but I'm not super worried about that yet. Here's the ore scrubber, actually, in the pressure management of all things. Kills the germs present on raw ore. But I'm not sure how they use that. I wonder if you have to set that up similar as the wash stations, where they have to walk past it with the ore in order to clean it, or whether they'll make a special trip to go find it. That's probably something that's worth checking out. Meal prep, not super worried about that. Temperature modulation, I think might be where I want to go next, because I can go after that insulation. No, you know what? I'm going to go percolation, so I can get my CO2 scrubber, just in case the CO2 becomes a problem. I want to have the ability to kind of scrub it out a little bit. And I still want to get down here and check out this ruin, but I don't want to send them down into the slime lung territory unless I have a way to deal with it. And what I'm thinking is I'm going to create a chlorine airlock. So they'll pass through the chlorine area and on their way in and out. And we'll use that as a mechanism to try to keep the germs from the slime lung contained in a different area. So every time they go through the chlorine, it should kill it off. I was trying an old game called Victoria 2. I haven't heard of that one. Okay. I'm not... You know, the funny thing is, I'm not even getting a decent amount of CO2 in here built up. It's all dropping... I've got, just the little bits of it that are kind of falling into the center area, but I'm not really getting really good space down here. But I'm going to set this for priority 6. And this one will set down to priority 5. So they'll empty out the contents of this bin and put it in this one. And then hopefully... It's unrefrigerated. It's kind of fluctuating in and out of sterile atmospheres. So it's not going to be perfect, but it will slow down the degradation of the food, at least. Lucas Garcia, he's been carrying those germs around and his immune system is going down just a little bit. Okay. I've got idle people. Man, don't see that too often. Food shortage. Alright, I guess I should consider having some sort of a cooking station at some point, too. Maybe I can put that up top here. Because we already have some temperature issues that are going to be kind of happening. If I can kind of keep maybe the temperatures sort of up towards the upper portion of the colony here, maybe not as much of an issue. Well, that's what I'm thinking, is if we do a water lock over here, then it'll be a scenario where they can go in and out of the water lock. They're not going to steal the water anymore because they now use this liquid bottler as the mechanism for any kind of water they need to grab, which is great. And then what I want them to do is maybe kind of pass through the chlorine on their way down into the swamp biome down here so we can kind of check out what's inside this ruin here. So I guess over on this side is where I want that lock. Let's maybe get that going sooner rather than later. No, hold on. I need to figure out how I want this to be drawn out. So if I get them to put in tile right here. I want it to be too high like that. Okay. So this might cause a problem actually, only because I don't want to let the chlorine in until I'm ready to actually have water in here. So that might be a little bit of an issue. What's the pressure in here? 1,158 grams. So there's a fair amount of chlorine in there too. There's even a bunch of algae down here that could come in handy. Lock with hand washing stations so they don't bring back the germs. Yeah, I mean, that might work too, but I think I'm just going to have them run through the chlorine instead and see what happens. I think it'll kill off the germs anyway as they go through. We'll see what happens soon enough though. Let's get a water pump in here. Actually, I'm gonna need to make a little more space down here so I can put a water pump in. If we get a ladder on this side of things, that'll give me a good spot for a little water pump. Morb farms are unethical. We should never use it. Yeah, I actually have yet to use a morb farm, to be honest with you. Geyser on the left. There's a gas geyser over here, a natural gas one anyway. I haven't seen a steam geyser just yet. Oh, wait a minute. What's this one? There's a chlorine geyser over here. That's handy. At least I think it'll be handy. Well, I have to kind of figure out all the different ways that we can use chlorine to try and control things a little bit better on the germ basis. And there's this security door here that's locked. I wonder how you get through the security doors. Very curious about that. You could put gas permeable tile next to the bathroom connected to the chlorine. You could, but then the chlorine gas would flood your base. If I could put an airlock in here, then you could make the bathroom actually, like every time they go in, they just have to hold their breath. So they like go into like a chlorine environment to go to the bathroom. That would certainly help sterilize it. That might even be worth trying at some point. And then you wouldn't really even need hand washing stations because theoretically all the germs would be dead. They said you can use the new buildings to make the dupes carry water to chosen location. I don't know about the chosen location, but the way it works is you have these the liquid bottler, which is where they take the water from, and you have the bottle emptier, which is where they take the bottles to when they need to dump them. So I have this one set up for fresh water emptying, and this one set up for polluted water emptying. But by using the liquid bottler, they don't just take it from random spots anymore. Instead, you just have. Actually, I'm going to turn this off. I'm not gonna grab another duplicant just yet. I gotta reject all. But you're basically just kind of controlling where it takes it from and to. Let's kind of throw a little liquid pump down here. We're gonna need some plumbing for this. Can I even reach that? I guess I can. That's only 3 high. All right, this is just gonna be a temporary pipe because I'm gonna send some water over here. Sort of liquid vent in there, and then I'm gonna need some wiring. I'm actually a little surprised how little wiring I've had to use so far. What's your stress? Your stress is 0. Everybody's stress is at 0 right now. I got everybody at 0 stress so far, which is good. No problems in all that way. So every time they go to bed, they're living in like this fantastic stress-free kind of environment. So, like, as long as they're spending more time in this area here, their stress won't really climb too much. Until they get to the point, wow, it's looking really nasty. Can I disinfect? I still can't disinfect. Well, I can disinfect this one, though. And this one. Oh, this is gross. Oh, I forgot to turn off the fertilizer storage. Organic. No, agriculture it was. I have a feeling the fertilizer is what the problem is. Well, let's see what happens. Yeah, I don't know if it is the problem. Actually, there are germs on the fertilizer, it looks like. Fertilizer. 0 surface germs. I guess not. Alright, so maybe the fertilizer isn't the problem. Oh, look at this one. It's climbing. It's got to be like the way that it interacts with something else, maybe. I don't know. I gotta figure out where that's coming from, though, because that's gonna become a germ issue over time. Must be a disinfect threshold. Maybe. Yeah, it could be that it's a threshold or like a frequency, maybe, of how often you can disinfect buildings. Something to kind of make it a little bit more challenging, so you can't just run around spraying everything the whole time and just destroy all the germs, I guess. I don't know. It'll be interesting to kind of figure that out, I think. I think I'm gonna go into temperature modulation next. Yeah. Let's do that one next. How's our temperature? Now that I speak of it. A little warm around the battery, not too bad. Okay, so we've got some water building up here, which means that now... Okay, I've got to be a little bit careful with this. I want them to dig this out and build kind of at the same time. So I'm going to set priority in here. I'm going to wind up letting a little bit of chlorine gas in here, unfortunately, unless they build like super duper fast. Oh, look, it created a seal for me. Perfect. Okay, so if they can... let's cancel this one and prioritize... I should cancel this one, too. Prioritize that one, and I think I can seal it. So I didn't let any chlorine gas in. And now I can put... I don't think it'll let me put tiles in that bottom corner one, but we'll find out. I don't think I let any chlorine gas in. CO2 is a bit of an issue, but... Yep, just carbon dioxide. Nice. Okay, so we didn't let any chlorine in. Perfect. And this will give me a mechanism they can go in and out of here and get kind of cleaned off with the chlorine. And hopefully, I mean, the real challenge here is going to be that when they run down through here and get into this lower area, they're gonna run out of oxygen and have to run back. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I've always wondered why polluted dirt gives off polluted oxygen, but fertilizer doesn't. I don't know. The only thing is that maybe when it gets to the point of fertilizer, it's already gotten to the point where it's been heated to the point where a lot of the germs have been killed off. Maybe, I don't know. It is an interesting question, I think. Okay, I gotta keep an eye on this because I don't want it to expand too far on me. But in the meantime, I could probably undercut this a little bit more. What's more CO2 down here? This polluted water here, I have to figure out what to do with that. Whether I just want to try to heat it where it is so that it kills off the germs that are in there, or what the case might be. Oh, this thing's all germy. I should probably put a hand washing station down here too. Plumbing. Where was the hand washing station? I'm totally apparently not too bright. Medicine? It was a medicine. There we go. All right, so we do a hand washing station here. And that way, after they come in here to dump out bottles, they can wash their hands and hopefully disinfect a little bit. I'm going to pick this, and we want direction right. So as they pass it this way, after coming out with the bottle, hopefully they'll wash their hands. She just dropped polluted water down in the middle of the water supply down there. That was weird. I don't know what was up with that. Okay, good. So they're kind of getting a little bit of decent germ control, except that... Nope, not nearly as good as I thought. Disinfect this. Disinfect the toilets. So I guess maybe it's not a frequency thing. Maybe it is a threshold. Oh, the poor painting's all covered in germs now, even. We have the picture of the Mona Lisa hanging above the compost pile, and it's covered in germs. Oh, actually, what about the beds up here? Oh, yeah, the beds are really full, too. No, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, caught. Disinfect that. And that. Get the whole cleaning crew busy at work here. This guy's screaming because he's covered in germs. No, not the germs! Okay, that's unrefrigerated, but it's sterile, and it's still fluctuating. I can't quite get enough of a pocket of CO2 in there yet. This is still not going... I can't believe how slowly this water's moving. I thought it would be full enough to create that little gap, like a bridge the gap there, but it's just not yet. Yeah, your bed's all dirty, Jack. What have you been doing in there? Jack's been wetting the bed or something. It's making a mess. Yeah, you wash your hands up, TD. You're all grimy. Oh, you're gonna stop next. Oh, there we go. I love the animations in this. The artwork is just awesome. Okay, I have people that are idle, and I don't want that. So let's see. What can we do next? What buildings have we got here that we haven't made use of? Well, the microbe musher, but not ready for that just yet. Because we're gonna build our little kitchen, I think. Jack's a clean freak. Make him Cinderella to clean everything. That would be funny. I wonder, actually, is there a job you can do in here? Dig, deliver, build, sweep, harvest, mop, repair, disinfect. Have fun, Jack. You can be the disinfected guy. And look at that. You're good at... Oh, it's digging skill. That's weird. Oh, wait a minute. That means the people that can't dig, I wonder if they can still disinfect. I hope they can. Maybe it's probably just leveraging the same skills base anyway, so that they don't have to have like a ton of crazy ones in there. But that's funny. I'm really curious to see now whether the people who can't dig, if they can actually disinfect, because it shares the same skill. I'm gonna have to probably look at some alternative oxygen means probably in the near future. But let's do a meal prep station so we can do that up top. This thing is still really slowly filling up, man. Oh, there we go. That's pretty much got our airlock in place there now, so I'm going to turn this off. A little bit more water will flow through even though we've turned it off, and then we'll get over here and we'll dig this out. And that'll give me access to getting in here. Now what we should do is, actually I'm going to keep an eye on the germs of these guys. Let's see. 175 germs, 216 germs. I'm curious if they go into the chlorine environment, if it just instantly cleans them up. That would be really handy if it did. If I can get somebody over there anyway. They're not actually going all the way in. What is this? Iron ore. Okay. Send them over here. We'll dig some of this out. And we'll build our first ladder down into this nastiness down here. And the chlorine will probably flood in here, actually, now that I think about it. And probably kill off a bunch of the slime lung germs that are in there, too, which might even be handy. The issue is really going to be that they can't really breathe down there. That's going to be a problem. No paintings in the bathroom, yeah. I don't want to set it so he's only sweeping and disinfecting. I mean, that would be fun, but that would also cause some issues for me just because, like, I don't have that many duplicants in here. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure when they run in there, they get completely clean of germs. 0 surface germs, 152 germs. Oh yeah, look at them go down. So it doesn't instantly clean them up, but it does drop fast. So even just having them run out into the chlorine gas is enough to clean them up. Now we gotta figure out who the really stinky guys are, and we gotta send them out there. Who do we have that's actually really germy? So Kita's fairly germy. Oh, 0 surface germs. Oh, she cleaned them all off. Okay, good. Yeah. All right, this is going for... Oh, look at the ladders. Oh, man. I have a feeling there's like that tipping point where as much as you try to stay on top of it, you let little bits of germs out into the broader colony over time, and eventually it just gets to that spot where you're just not keeping up with it anymore. I don't know. 200 germs a second max and about 2 minimum in the morning. Yeah. So I wasn't really expecting it to be like ultra fast. I mean, it's actually pretty quick, but actually just being out here seems to be working pretty well. They're getting clean. Oh, there's not even any slime lung in this area where I'm digging into. Maybe because it's next to this chlorine place. In which case, I should probably try to conserve some of the polluted oxygen here to breathe. As strange as that sounds, let's cancel this ladder here, and I'm going to try putting in a door. Do a little manual airlock here. We'll spin it and put it in sideways. It's not really going to be perfect, but this way, hopefully, what we can do is try to control how much of the chlorine kind of spills into this lower area. I wonder how you get through these locked security doors, though. Oh, I found a cold biome. Sweet. Man, right next to a hot biome. It's not close enough that I could really make really good use of it, but... There you go. Get to work, boy. How's the gas flow there? Okay, nice. The polluted oxygen is actually higher pressure than the chlorine is. So it's just kind of hanging out. Okay, good. So over here we're going to need another ladder. So we can get down in front of this thing. And then we'll find out what's inside here. I'm really curious. I haven't seen anyone... I didn't have any time today to watch streams and stuff because I had to work. And I watched the Klei stream earlier, but they made a point of not going inside the ruin they found. So I'm really curious to see what's in here. I have no clue, actually. They've done a really good job of trying to keep this secret, but... So the door's locked, and it's got like a picture of like a little DNA thing on there. How do we unlock the door, I wonder? Oh, the door requires a sample to unlock. Submit sample. Huh. Sample from what? Do you have to get a particular duplicant to give a sample, maybe? Oh, that was cool! Okay, now go in and look. Okay, hold on. I need to pick a duplicant. Let's see if we can get Dead Logan and see if we can get Dead Logan to go in there. Move to in here. What's in there, Dead Logan? Let's check this out. Whoa, check that out. Neural vacillator. And a desk. Because, you know, you gotta have a desk. Broken light fixtures. That's really cool. Oh, what do we do with... Oh, wait a minute. We can put somebody on the neural... I'm sorry, Dead Logan, but you're going to be our very first guinea pig because I haven't seen what this does yet. It may or may not result in your death. And if it does, I'm very sorry. But maybe it'll turn you into like some crazy superhuman. He looks really thrilled about it. You mean, you seriously? You just found this random chair with a giant brain in some hidden room down in the basement and you're going to stick me on it? That's right. We are. Oh, wait. Inspect. Recover files from this structure. Oh, wait a minute. Log fragment recovered. Fascinating that memories are not already inherent in our subjects. However, none as of yet have shown signs of recognition when introduced to familiar stimuli. Refer to experiment 7D, refer to experiment 7F. Memories must be embedded physically within the brain maps of our subjects. The only question remains how to... we didn't get the whole log there. Can I inspect multiple? No, same log. An intact office desk decorated with several personal belongings and a barely functioning computer. But it doesn't look like we can inspect the computer. All right, well, let's see what happens when we put him on the little neural vacillator there. Uh-oh. Oh! That's awesome. Nope. Did it break? Neural vacillator complete. Something feels different. Complete neural process. Ta-da! Whew, Dead Logan's brain is still vibrating, but they never felt better. Dead Logan acquired the Sunny Disposition trait. Sunny Disposition. This duplicant has a positive outlook on life. Stress change minus 20% per cycle. That's crazy. Wait a minute. How many times can I use this thing? There are no charges left in the vacillator. Oh, okay. So it had a giant... Oh, it had like a giant brain thing in there, but it's all shrunken now. That was really cool. All right, so... Oh, now they're all coming down to check it out. They're like, I want on the neural vacillator. Let me in here. Okay, so... I guess when you find these little ruins and stuff, you can actually find stuff that really modifies your duplicate. That was really cool. That was sweet. Can you run power to the computer desk? I don't know. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. No, there's no plug showing there. But it's funny that they have little fragments of plugs down here. Like, it's not like you... Normally when there's something you can plug into, it'll have like the little piece on it, but I guess not here. I don't know. That's pretty cool though. I want to find some more of those. So, Dead Logan, thank you for being our guinea pig. You apparently now have a sunny disposition, so you're going to be less stressed. That's pretty cool. How are we doing germ-wise? Ooh, germs are looking pretty good, actually. Well, I don't know. I mean, when you zoom out, the germs look great. It's when you zoom in that things get a little icky looking. I gotta do something about this bathroom. I kind of like the idea of having a CO, or like a chlorine bathroom in here to keep the germs down. I'll probably end up doing that at some point, but I don't think I'm ready for that just yet. Because we'll have to do like a whole kind of... we'll have to kind of do like a whole kind of like airlock sort of system so they can go in and out of that bathroom. And you're right, I totally want to go on a ruin hunt now. The only thing is, like, we really have to send them out into the world to try to find stuff. Which means that they're not building our colony. I guess that's probably not the worst thing in the world. Where can I send them next? We can send... Let's send them through this hydrogen over here and we'll see what happens. Let's see. We got a ladder over here. We got a ladder over here. Iron ore. I wonder how many different places you can find the ruins. I wonder, like, are they only in the swamps or are they somewhere else? A fungal spore. Huh. Like, if we could find, like, frozen ruins or something, or will they be in, like, the hot zones? That's kind of neat. This little airlock thing's going to come in very handy over here. They don't like getting wet. It's not good for their stress. But in the long run, it'll help out with germ control. I think we're going to just find a whole bunch of cold biome over here. Neat. That's really cool. I want to see another one of those. That was awesome. I'm running out of food. You're right. I've got 1,600 calories, 2,400 calories. I probably should plant some more. Well, what's our temperature like in here now? 27 degrees. 30 is pretty much the max range for mealwood. I could cut in over here, actually. Now that we have this exposed, I could cut in here and plant some sleet wheat. Do I have any sleet wheat seeds, though? Probably not, since I haven't been in that zone yet. Where can I find sleet wheat in here? Man, there's no sleet wheat growing in here. Oh, really? A couple little spots of it? That's it, huh? All right. I'm going to try cutting in here anyway. It's not insulated there, but if I go down just a little bit lower here, I can dig this out. And we'll dig dig a little space in here, and we'll see what see if we can find some sleet wheat so we can plant some of that, because it's going to be needed for farming anyway. And then on the edge of this, I should probably put a little manual airlock just to try to control the temperature a tiny bit if I can. It's not going to be great, but it'll help it a little bit. And I might as well grab this algae here, because, you know, we always need algae. Ooh, how's that actually the... Okay, good. There's no slime lung in this stuff here either. Sweet. Man, that's cool. Bit behind, so we're running at 1.25 speed and sounds so funny. I bet that would sound a little odd. Looking for buried objects in the cold biome. Yeah, but I don't even see like any cracks or anything in here. I'm not sure how that works with the cold biome. If it can just be in the regular ice but not show cracks. So I'm kind of digging in, and hopefully they'll find some seeds as they go through it. I don't know. We'll see though. We shall see. Things are a little chilly over here though. They're gonna get. I'm gonna wind up with people with hypothermia. What can I do in here though? So let's plant some more food, because I just know that I'm gonna need it anyway. This isn't really going to be great for mealwood again. It's kind of not really the best temperature location. Realistically, I probably should have put it up top here. But, whatever. We'll make do. More mealwood. And then we'll copy this. Paste it over. Oh, up top here is where I want to do our little kitchen thing. I'm going to need to start to manage power a little bit, though, because we have a few things drawing power, but we don't really have a large power production. So if I start looking at power, let's go into the insulation first. 33% stress. They don't like being sent all the way out here. It's a long way to go, and they got this weird machine here. I wonder if this thing will recharge. I'm super curious. I'm guessing not. Sweet. Yeah, I do still need a cooking station, but it takes power for the cooking station, so I kind of want to start to sort all that out a little bit, too. We're going to need a decent power source. Obviously, the natural gas geyser down here is our best option, but I did also put this wonderful polluted oxygen pit, like, right here, which maybe wasn't my best move. You know, I might have planned that just a little bit differently. And there's a lot of germs in there, too. I'm not sure how I'm going to get rid of those. Nasty. How's the slime lung out here? Oh, yeah, there's lots of slime lung, too. I wonder if the chlorine gas, when it comes in contact with the polluted water, would kill off the germs, or whether the germs are deep enough in the polluted water that it never really takes care of it. That might be an interesting thing to kind of try out. Food cooking station. We'll do the electric grill, which I think actually draws a fairly decent amount of power now. Let me see this thing. Oh no, it produces more heat. That's what they changed. It does more heat now. 60 watts of power. That's actually not that bad. I can connect that. So let's hook this up. Ooh, we're already getting really close to tapping out that power supply, though. Gonna overload our grid. I think the dude with the white mineral insert has walking animation. A different animation now? Where is he? Dead Logan. Okay, we can't pick him there. Oh, he's researching. I want to see if he does something different when he walks. He's gonna be all like happy and sprightly. Apparently he's hungry. Come on, show me the walking thing. I gotta deselect research because I want to see him walk. Okay. Oh, he looks like a ravenous beast. Apparently he's hungry. Oh, we're all out of kilocalories. Oh, man. All right. I should pay a little bit more attention to my food and less to whether they're doing any funny little animations. We'll get the micro musher set up here, which isn't really ideal, but it's something at least. Fried mush bars. No, I can't really cook anything with the fryer right now. I think Dead Logan's too hungry. He's not really all that interested in prancing around right now. Alright. Let's make mush bars, folks. Ugh, mush bars. Maybe we'll fry them up, too. Who do we have that has a job for cooking? Cook. Oh my gosh, we've got all terrible cooks. That's amazing. Great. So the food they're going to make is going to be just grisly. Recommend leaving the printing bot on because it gives you the lighting decor buff. Oh yeah, does it? Let me see. Hold on. Where's my decor? I think whether it's on or off. No, it is slightly better. All right. That works. And then we can just kind of turn it. We can just reject it each time. If you fill the gap with chlorine gas, then yes, you can clean the water. However, you might fill the base with gas. Well, what I'm thinking is if I could try to do some sort of like a pump control system. I'm not really sure how I want to do that just yet. If I'm going to move this to somewhere else, so this bottle emptier, I should probably put it somewhere else. Actually, I wonder if you can like put the bottle emptier into a chlorine space to dump it into the chlorine area and then pump the water out again once it's been de-germed, sort of thing. The trouble is it's still polluted water though, even after you get rid of the germs. It doesn't clean it per se. It just kills off the germs, so it doesn't like pass along the infection to others when they interact with it, or with like the buildings and stuff that it interacts with. So I'm not really sure that that's necessarily going to work too great. Something I might want to play around with eventually, though. I think. It's a bit to reach those mush bars. Yeah, we got a little bit of calories there. We're doing good. We're all right. Everything's fine. It's all good. Nobody's dead yet. Small miracles. So far, so good on the germ control, too. So, I mean, we're only 20 cycles in, so obviously it's still really early in the colony, but I feel like we're doing relatively well in keeping tabs on the germs. I want to disinfect this thing. Okay, what else can we make? What else do I want to build? You know what? Power is really going to be the thing I want to focus on, I think. How can I leverage this natural gas now that I made this horrible mess over here? I think I might have to clean this up. I'm gonna have to move this bottling station. I'm not thrilled with it, but I think that's what I'm gonna do. And I feel like I should probably just stick it out here somewhere so that they just dump it into the chlorine space and it kills off the germs immediately. Alternatively, I could put it like down here, I guess. And try to let it drain below. I don't know. I just don't want to spread the germs around too much. Let's go into plumbing. I'm going to take the bottle emptier and we'll stick it out here in this space. This is gonna be awful. I'm going to create like this horrible little mess here. No, actually, no. I don't want to put it there because what will happen is I'm trying to get down to this cold biome so I can actually plant some sleet wheat. So we have something down here that we can grow. And until I can do that, I don't want to fill this up with polluted water. Where can I debottle this? You know what? Let's put it over here. I'm going to build my little water well thing right here, and we'll just dump it down into this space that's already contaminated. So if we set up some flooring in here, oh, good job. Derpy click again. All right, so we'll do a little flooring in here. I'm going to do flooring up top here. I'll put an airlock door right in here. And we'll dig out the little space behind it over here. And this is going to be great. I'm going to send them right down to slime lung territory if I do this. But after they come out of here, whoever works in this space, I think I'll send them over to the chlorine area. And hopefully that will kind of take care of any slime lung they might have brought back with them. Because, oh god, it's rancid with slime lung. Okay, hold on. Can you wash off slime lung with the wash basin? I wonder. Let's try that. We'll put a wash basin right here. And then as they come out of here, hopefully they'll clean off the slime lung they're going to pick up. Yeah, I know. There's a whole bunch of slime lung down there. It's going to be nasty. Pump the polluted water and the chlorine gas geyser. We need food. Yeah, I have them working on it up here. So actually, I should set this to higher priority. And I'm not even worried about cooking the mush bars right now. We'll let them get diarrhea, and I'm sure that'll do wonderful things for our germ situation. Let's just start spraying diarrhea all over our colony. That'll be wonderful. Death is not near. We're nowhere near death. This colony is actually growing fairly nicely. I mean, we're not doing like super rapid expansion, but I think we've got a good control of things so far. In here, plumbing, bottle emptier. We're gonna set that right there, and we'll let it drain right down the ladder. We're gonna need space down here. The only unfortunate thing is that we're gonna get down into this polluted water here, and I'm gonna make a mess out of that too. But it's gonna be good. This will work out fine. Everything will be great. And then I'm gonna have to clean up the polluted water that's down here, so they're gonna get super germy when they go clean that up. And then we'll have to try to disinfect them again. If Jack Cantus dies, I volunteer as tribute to replace him. Oh, thank you, Samantha. How do you raise immunity? I have one at cycle 24 that's now at 11%. You raise their immunity just by getting rid of the germs again, I think. So, like, you clean them up so they're not carrying around germs on them, and then they'll recover their immunity. So, I mean, so far, their immune system has been hovering close to 100% pretty much the whole time. I think the lowest it's gotten is like 90%, and things might get a little hairier as we dig into this area where the slime lung is, unfortunately. But hopefully not too bad. Oh, I don't want them to wash their hands on the way in. There we go. Just on the way out. Dig, my little minions, dig. I would like to drain this water down farther, but I don't think I'm going to be able to reach it. Maybe we make a little more space here around the ladder so that we've got a little bit more room to work with, maybe. This CO2's down here is not so great. I'm actually surprised at how well these two little algae terrariums are keeping up with their CO2 needs. Although there's a lot of air pressure in here, so right now it's just like we've got it so compressed in here. Power is really something I gotta get a handle on. I think I'm gonna run my power wall up this side, so I'll do heavy watt wire up here. Well, actually, we'll test actually to see whether they fix the heavy watt wire. So it used to be you didn't need the heavy watt wire between the power generation and a transformer, and it wouldn't pay any attention to how much electricity you were flowing through it. So we'll try that out again and see if that's still the case. If not, then we might have to do something a little more. They say right on the arrow will show left. Well, it's about the direction that they're walking, I think. So, like, this one here is set. You change it to direction right. It's when you click on it, it changes direction. And so, I don't know. You're right. It is a little bit derpy the way it's kind of explained. Get all this stuff. These poor guys are going to be all nasty and slime lungy. Oh, boy. That's like the pit of death down there, I feel like. I wonder if it's... I don't think the slime lung is airborne. Oh, maybe... Oh, it is. Well, shoot. That's not great, then. Okay, so I'm going to put a little air deodorizer in here. And I should probably put one on the other side of this door also, because there's going to be a certain amount of that stuff that's going to get out every time they open the door, unfortunately. Unless we have the new airlock doors. If we have those... No, we don't yet. That's in pressure management. Once we have the new airlock doors, it'll open and close quicker, so that'll be able to give us the ability to kind of control the flow in and out a little bit easier. The doors you start off with are actually really slow. Stuff kind of comes in and out constantly, but... Death is not here. We found the potential for death. Obviously, if we get infected with slime lung everywhere. But it looks like these guys did a good job of washing their hands for the most part. Immune system, food poisoning. Alright, so they're good. Slime lung. Oh, they've got slime lung germs on them now. Well, I guess it was to be expected. I mean, we did send them into the slime lung territory. Alright, drain polluted water there, and then this one over here we can destroy it. Let's deconstruct this. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let's disinfect this thing first, and then we'll destroy it, because the stuff that we get... No, alright. Well, so much for that. Now I have germy ore here. Which we're going to wind up storing in our germy little basin things. Oh, look at these. They need to be cleaned. Disinfect. Send Jack Cantus on the job. We got more food again, though. Look at this. Haha. Mealwood. Power's a problem, though. I'm going to build another battery. And then maybe we'll build one more treadmill here, too. Just to charge up the battery, so we get maybe a little bit more out of it. Well, if I can get a better supply of clean water, then we can actually set up showers and stuff, and that will help. Well, I mean, I guess, actually, technically, I could just set a shower up on a permanent loop, but... maybe not, because now that there's the germs in the game, if they take a shower and it washes the germs off, the water that comes out of the shower is going to be full of germs, and you're just going to send it right back in the same loop again. Even though you might clean it, I don't think it disinfects it. That'll be an interesting thing to see. I have no idea whether sending the water through a water purifier will get rid of the germs or not. I have a feeling not, which isn't, unfortunately, great. Okay. That's all set and ready to go there. Okay, so I'm going to have them mop up this mess down here, which unfortunately they're going to get really nasty down here. Oh my gosh, is there too much liquid? I can't even mop it. Oh no. So we have some super germified, polluted water down here that I can't mop. That's perfect. And slime lung right there. How am I going to deal with that? I guess I could just wall it in, I guess. If I block it off, then maybe... we'll just break off the bottom piece of the ladder, and we'll throw in some tile on here. And we'll block in all the polluted nastiness. I wonder how that'll work. just seal off the germs. If we can't mop them up, we'll just seal them in there, and they'll stay in there forever. I thought I did choose the mop. It's giving a little error. It's saying too much liquid. So the way it works now, you can't mop in deep liquid. This layer of liquid is too thick, so it's not letting me mop it. I don't need a duplicate right now, so we're just going to go in and reject all. So in the absence of being able to actually clean it properly, I'm just going to seal it all in. We'll trap all the germs below this little tile here, and we'll have this nasty little cesspool hiding under the tile. If you can't mop, you'd have to pump it or block it off. Yeah, so I'm blocking it off for now. I don't really want to deal with putting a pump in here. And then hopefully the germs will stay trapped below the tile and not have some magical way of getting through them. That would stink. Okay, this is going reasonably well, I think. I'm kind of happy with how our colony's progressing anyway. Carbon dioxide. Oh, okay, oxygen. There we go. Did we bottle oxygen? Really? No, it's water. Let's empty that. Uh-oh. Well, now we've done it. I ran out of algae. No, we got really good air pressure in here, but it's going to go down, so I'm going to have to try and work on digging up some more algae. I did find little bits of it. Actually, there's a whole pile of it right here I can dig, I guess. Peel a little layer off of this, and we'll get a little bit of algae there. But I'm going to have to try and either focus now on getting a better water supply so that I can do some oxygen scenarios, which is going to require a lot more power, or just focus on trying to locate a bunch more algae for now. The algae option is the cheaper of the two, energy-wise and building-wise and stuff. So I think I'm going to go that route for now. But we are going to need a better, longer-term oxygen solution because, like, running off of algae long-term is just really not viable. Research. Let's see. We go to pressure management, maybe? Filtration, combustion. Now let's go filtration because I think I'm going to have to try and do something with water soon. Okay, so down here, let's start off first by cleaning up this oxygen a bit. How am I going to disinfect this in a way that makes it reasonable to set up my stuff here? If I set up... I guess I can pump the gas away from here. I don't necessarily need to use the gas in this place. I can just pump it away somewhere else. But I don't have a really good spot to set up a good gas generation system. So with the gas, we're going to be producing carbon dioxide, polluted water, and then, of course, the energy itself. But where can I set it up so that I can reasonably manage the polluted water? I feel like I'm going to want to dig out underneath here and maybe try to use this area. I think for the interim, I think I'm going to just use some really cheap, really cheap power supply here. I'm going to set up just a coal power generator out here. Now that's kind of a long way to send it in. I'm feeling indecisive. So I kind of want to use the gas, but the positioning around some of the other stuff I have there isn't really the best. Yeah, that's right. Two things are constant in my streams: digging for algae and building ladders. Well, at least until I get like a reasonable oxygen supply going, because I just don't have one built here. The worst part about setting up the oxygen, like the oxygen rooms I normally use, they produce a lot of heat, and they consume a lot of water. And I don't have a lot of water. This is a pretty thin layer of it that we're working with right now. And the more I use this to create mush bars, the more we're gonna excuse me, the more we're gonna have an issue. Because the mush bars require water also. Is the new update save compatible? It is, but you won't get the benefit of all the stuff that's in it. So you won't have natural gas geysers. Oh, no, you will, but they'll be the old format, I guess. You won't have the chlorine geysers, wherever they are. Here's a chlorine geyser here. You wouldn't have slime lungs, so all this stuff here that's all painted in. Man, look how thick that stuff is. You wouldn't have any slime lung in your environment, so your game will work, but it just won't have all the cool new stuff in it. So, I mean, I ultimately decided the best thing to do was just start out with a brand new game, because I want to take advantage of all the cool new stuff. But I guess if you really want to maintain your colony, you could go a different route and just not do that. Let's type in English, ideally, please. Switch to make lice level, tell Dude to stop eating meal lice. Oh, that's true, yeah. Consumables. Meal lice. Turn this off. That way they don't gobble it up on me before I can manufacture it. Ah, look at them. They're all so sleepy and screamy. I love the new paintings. Oh, okay, so I have to get this out of here. Otherwise, they're probably going to have trouble reaching that algae over there. I have a whole bunch of algae down here, but it's underneath my water. Not great. Not the best placement. Got lots of hydrogen. Okay. Research complete. Textile rooms and stuff. Okay, that's good. So... Oh, no, it's still working on filtration. Alright, I do want to make use of this geyser. I've got to create power. So... I think I've got this sealed off for now. I think I'm gonna crack this thing open. And I'm kind of curious what the deal is with these mushrooms too. Body temperature 5 degrees, excuse me, 5 to 35 degrees Celsius. Air pressure 150. Atmosphere carbon dioxide. Okay, so these things have to grow in carbon dioxide. Illumination, they want to be in the dark. So I can actually create like a little mushroom farm down here to produce food in my carbon dioxide layer. Additional domestic growth life cycle, 10 cycles. Fertilization, slime. Oh, they need slime for fertilizer? That's not great. That's going to be interesting to kind of manage. Wow. You can click on a germ to see what kills it. Well, I can't hear, but you can when it's actually on something, right? So if I go into the germ overlay, slime lung, food poisoning. Well, I happen to know that slime lung is susceptible to cold. And then chlorine will kill it also. And then food poisoning is susceptible to heat, I believe. Can I build lights? Yeah, I can build lights. I haven't really needed them yet, because these plants here don't require lights. Oh, look at this. Our algae trams are running out of algae now, too. So that's the other issue I find with using the algae trams. Like, I always seem to burn out of the algae. Let's dig more here. I'll get some algae down here, I guess. Actually, I should probably try and grab as much algae as I can down here, because there's no slime lung in this area. Okay, so when I bust into here, this is going to be a lot of polluted oxygen is going to come out. And then we're going to be dealing with a little bit of the slime lung again. Actually, we're going right through a layer of it right now. Let's dig up this algae that's here. So what I'll do is I'll set up a gas pump in here to pump into the space over here where I'll have my power generator set up. The CO2 that comes out of it is going to create a bit of a challenge because I don't have a scrubber yet, and I don't have any place to send it. I wonder if they still have the void. I had a game a while ago where we had the void and we could send all of our CO2 into the void and just destroy it, but I haven't seen one since. Uh-oh. Floor collapsed. Better fix that. Okay, so we've dug in here. We can get to the rest of this algae here. Build a regular floor this way, and then... oh, I don't have the actual liquid floor. Huh. I'll have to deal with that eventually, I guess. I hope this little thin wall of stuff here is gonna hold. It's not gonna bust out on me. That would really be really inconvenient. All right, so for power, oh no, I don't even have the. Wait a minute, where's the natural gas generator? Power transformer, hydro switch, atmo switch, heavy watt coal generator. Huh? Is it utilities now? There's the thermal aqua tuner that lets you cool down water. That's pretty cool. Ventilation, no. Plumbing. Where's the natural gas generator? I don't even know where. I don't even know what category it's in anymore. It should be in the power, but I don't see it listed there. Oh, maybe because I got to get all the way up to here. I guess I better get started on this power line here. I'm going to be building a whole room down there for nothing. Yeah, the game updated today, so there's all kinds of cool new stuff in the game, which is awesome. I like how they keep modifying it because I like it adds in a new challenge, new set of variables you have to kind of pay attention to. I'm going to destroy this ladder here, only so that I can put in an airlock. Once these guys get down here, once they stop sleeping, always sleeping on the job. These guys. I'm going to put an airlock here. And then down here is where I'm going to have my power generators. And then I'll need a pump over here. So I think what I'll do is, let's go with, put our gas pump over in this space. Oops. No, I'd like to get it as close as possible, but as soon as I cut into this thing, this 5 kilograms of natural gas is going to expand. I think I'm going to have to do that last. Okay, so... I don't have the liquid permeable tile, unfortunately, so I need the mesh tiles in order to let the liquid pass through that's going to come out from the power generators. Unless... I can't remember if there's actually a vent that goes on them. Like a little piping scenario. I don't think there is. Do they have different color power switches? My suggestion got highlighted in their forums. I don't know. I actually haven't made any power switches yet, so I haven't noticed whether they have like different coloring or not. How's our food? 16,000. Okay, so we're doing better for food now. Much, much better. We don't even need to cook anything at the moment. Actually, no, I really should be. Because they're stocking up food and then we're not actually making anything with it. Oh, no, I don't have to... Oh, never mind. With the micro musher, we're making lice loaves, so I'm good. Ha, sweet. What's going on here? Polluted dirt. Compost. Requires flipping. So why have I got polluted dirt laying on the ground? And polluted water. Why aren't they emptying this stuff? Oh, look at that. I set up a situation where they can't even reach it. There we go. I don't know if you guys shouted that out already in the chat, and I just failed to notice it. But well, I had built a little scenario there for us to empty our polluted water, and then my guys couldn't even get to it. That really stinks. You know what? I really need them to focus on this thing. Prioritize at a 7. Put a little spot there. If they get that built, then they can finally go and empty those bottles, and maybe they will stop making a mess up here. Although I still don't get why the polluted dirt's sitting on the ground. Ew, gross. Disinfect. Disinfect. Jack Cantus, get to work. Ugh, gosh, even the food container down here is all dirty. That's nasty. Somebody's bed. Whose bed is that? Dead Logan. Playing in the germs. Ew, I don't like, ugh. Oh, that's nasty. Oh, I don't like dealing with that so much. Okay. At least that's sealed off for now. What do I need to do now? Let's build some more flooring across. Of course, this is going to be in the way. Why would you be in the way? Of course you are. Of course it is. That's the reason many watch CrypticFox streams, because of the killing. Is that what it's for? Everybody comes to see if I'm going to wipe out another colony. Send a whole nother group of duplicants spiraling into the unknown darkness below, screaming in terror. Because if so, that's kind of cool. Somehow I suspect not, though. Okay, so I really need this research done. Give me my combustion. I feel like I should have focused on that earlier. So far, so good. I mean, the like having to pay attention to the germs does create an interesting new element. So far, not super challenging for me, but we're only 26 cycles in. I could see this becoming a scenario where things start to go poorly. What is going on here? Why aren't they emptying over here? Set this in priority 6. Maybe they'll go pick up the bottles if I set the priority a little bit higher. There we go. Has he got it? Yeah, that's what we want. Get rid of all that nastiness. We're adding more germs down here. We're going to create like a germy cocktail. Oh, that's interesting. The germs actually collect at the bottom of the water before they build up on the surface. So we're going to have down here just this nice mess of food poisoning and slime lung all jammed in together. That'll be delectable. Good. Everyone tell him what? Tell me which. Yeah, the natural gas geyser was making that sound. So when you zoom in on it, oh, it's not working at the moment. It's not doing anything. But why not use the disinfect tool instead of selecting every little thing? I don't know. Because it does the same thing. You're right. It is a little faster, though. Can I disinfect people? I kind of wanted to spray the people down. Ew, nasty. Look at the germs. Okay, I really need a shower set up here somewhere. At some point, we have to get some way that we can get these people showered. Because they're just going to get dirtier and dirtier. But I don't have a good supply of clean water. Which means I need to start converting water into clean water. I probably should set up a pump down here so I could take the dirty water that comes out from the power generation, runs it through a purifier, and then dumps it into our clean water supply. At least until I get to a point where I find like a steam geyser. And then we can play around with that new aquifer thing that's for cooling it down. I didn't wipe them out, they won the game. Yeah. I have tried to meet the requirements for perfect plant growth. I did a bunch of that in the farming videos and stuff that I did for the little tutorials, but they've changed the farming scenarios around now. There's no such thing anymore as perfect plant growth. So now they just have a static percentage chance of dropping seeds, and they produce the same yield all the time. You don't get varying yields anymore. So it just shows like the requirements, and I've met the requirements for the plant to grow. So it's going to produce 800 kilocalories, and there's a 33% chance it'll drop a seed now. They've kind of changed the whole farming system around again. I think they found that it got to the point where people were focused on producing like one thing all the time, and they really weren't making use of the... Man, I still haven't found any sleet wheat. They weren't really making broader use of the mechanisms for growing stuff anyway, and it really just kind of became this silly scenario where, you know, like people were like, they'd plant a whole bunch of sleet wheat, and then that would be like all they really ever did. Okay, we've got polluted junk down here making stinky mess in this place. I kind of want to get rid of that. But I don't have a good place to put it, so I think I'm going to put like a little storage compactor up here. What is making that stink? Is it oh, there's a little bit of slime there, which means it's probably... Oh yeah, it's infected slime. Which I feel like I don't want to put there, so let's cancel this. And instead I'm going to put storage containers out here in the chlorine. And I'll put my slime storage in here. That way, they'll run it outside my base, and it'll get disinfected while it's in the chlorine. I think they might have decreased the amount of starting water. Either that, because I think they said they were going to do some rebalancing. So they either reduced the amount that it was, or I just got unlucky and just got like a very small amount. But realistically, I haven't been using a lot. Like I did some, like I used a certain amount for like the hand washing stations, and I used some for micro mushers. These algae terrariums, unfortunately, they require water also, but other than that, I haven't really been making extensive use of it. Which is good, because we're kind of stretching it out. It's not going really far. Yeah, chlorine has a use now. It's really good for disinfecting. So in the germ overlay, you can see the different germs. Like down here's the slime lung. We've got some nice nice polluted water that I dumped in here that has food poisoning germs in it. And the chlorine, when you interact with the germs, it kills it off. So the chlorine has a use now, which is great. Let's set this for slime. I want this to be organic slime. It's kind of a long way to go. They're going to run it all the way across the base on me, but at least... well, actually, they'll probably pick up some germs on the way, too. Good times. But the germs will get killed off in the oh, there's polluted oxygen in here. Oh, I guess that makes sense. It came up from below. If I put right in here, though... no, you wouldn't. It's not going to leave the polluted oxygen. I don't care. They don't live out there anyway. It's fine. Yeah, lava would probably disinfect a fair amount of germs, too. You know, odds are really good that it would disinfect the duplicant at the same time. You know, they would no longer have to worry about the germs at that point. Oh, we're getting close. Getting close. I want my power generator. Give me the power. I think in preparation, maybe what I'll do is I'm going to set on this far side over here. I'm going to do like a little double airlock. I could do like a water lock over here, but maybe we'll get a triple airlock. How high is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm going to do a little triple airlock here so that when I go in to actually put in the gas pump that I need in order to pump the gas out to the generators, I can create like a little seal there so that I don't let all the gas out. But we'll find out what's going on. Ready for modding, sir? I can't click off right now, unfortunately. Otherwise, it will minimize the game on me. Okay, they built one door in the middle, but not, that's so weird. Ladder time. Oh, that was weird. I didn't mean to do that. Well, whatever. Cancel that. There we go. That'll work. All right, so we'll have our little airlock door here. So when I go through here, I'll just break through this. We'll put our gas pump like right here. We're gonna need a power source down here though, or at least something to prime the pump for the power. So if I go in here and we do manual generator. Actually, we're gonna need to have a place to stock a bunch of batteries too in order to charge stuff up. Anyway, we'll do a wire across here, and then I'm gonna wind up undermining all my junk here, which is great. Set this down here. Do a little tile floor under here since I'm gonna need something. It's gonna break it all up when I put the wire in there. All right, Mid-Realm, thanks for coming and checking out the stream. Oh, it's after midnight. So we've run a little more than 2 hours. I think when we come back next time, we'll finish off this little power generator down here. It's just got like our own tiny little room. We'll finish off our power generator down here at the bottom. We'll continue to expand on the colony. So far, so good. I mean, I think we've done a decent job of handling the germs. We didn't completely crash and burn, although we're only 30 cycles in so far, so there's still plenty of opportunity for that. We're gonna have definitely some good uses for the chlorine gas. And there are a few different things I'm gonna want to make use of that for as we kind of get a little bit bigger in our colony. This was a super cool find. I want to find some more of these rooms because that was really neat. And I wonder if they're going to be like all different or they're all going to be this kind of a thing, where it's just like the same room, but it's like a random trait that it gives them. I'm really curious about that. But so far, it's been a lot of fun. I love when they add new things to the game because it gives me that opportunity to kind of experiment some more, learn some more cool things, and kind of figure out a whole bunch of different ways to play the game, add in new challenges, that sort of thing. We're going to stream this again probably on next Tuesday night, so I'll be playing it again then. I might actually fit in a video between now and then to try to do some more building. I haven't decided whether my schedule is going to allow for that yet. But if you're not currently subscribed to the channel and you'd like to follow along, and get notices for when we do have live streams, then certainly consider clicking on the subscribe button. and then click the little bell to get the notifications. I generally stream on Tuesday nights at 10 o'clock for Oxygen Not Included, and then I'll often have another game that I'll play on Thursday night at 10 o'clock as a live stream also. This week, actually, on Friday night, which I guess is tomorrow night, I'm going to be streaming some Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. And then, of course, I also put out regular videos and things as well on my YouTube channel. But thanks, everyone, for coming and watching the stream. I do hope you enjoy this, and you'll come back and check out some more. There's should be a link in the description below if you like to chat. We do have a Discord channel set up, so you can connect with people on there. I'm, as always, CrypticFox. I'll see all of you next time.